Hi there, it's Stacia, and it's Parma Tuesday. So, the COVID-19 variation, which means that this is the night I would go play 3 rated games over the board at the Parma Chess Club. But given that I can't do that, I'm going to play 3 online games and take them very serious on chess.com. So, to start off today, sorry that I'm showing you my screen. To start off today, I actually want to prepare and kind of get in the chess mood. Um, Now, the way I can do that, I thought, would be to do 3 things. I'm going to review an opening line, hopefully something that I feel is needed. I'm going to review one losing move out of my spreadsheet of games and review one tactics puzzle where I especially focus on candidate moves. And I think after those 3 things, I'll be a little more prepared to play some real chess. So, okay, I'm going to start by pulling up my. Whoops, I do not want to show anybody this. There's nothing incriminating on here, is there? I have like a very detailed to do list that I keep in Excel. All right, anyway, let's go to my chess game log. My niece and nephew call me Baba, so that's why it's called Baba's chess game log. Yeah, a little embarrassing, but not really. I'm not embarrassed. All right, so I have this chess game log, and I keep track of the openings that I see. So I'm gonna pick one that I think I probably need work on. Italian game center attack. I think I kind of ready for that. I reviewed that recently. Closed Terrace. I feel ready. More Gambit. Could use some review on the Mora, but Benko Gambit. Bishop's opening. Okay. I think I found my line. Against the bishop's opening, I want to play the Calabrese Gambit. So what we're going to do is go to chess.com analysis board. And I've looked at this line before, but I definitely need a review of it. And okay, we're going to flip the board. And if this is boring, feel free to fast forward to the actual game. I'm sure I'll be starting in about 5 or 10 minutes, hopefully not more than that. All right, so against e4, I play e5, and against the bishop's opening, bishop c4, I've wanted to play something tricky against this. I've played knight f6 lately, but I feel like, yeah, I don't know. I can play this way. I mean, this is totally fine, but I would prefer to play crazy, f5. Now, I don't intend for this to be part of my long-term repertoire, okay? I'm in learning mode, and I'm learning to play crazy positions and getting familiar with the tactics that often come about in crazy positions. This feels like reverse King's Gambit. It also is a cousin to the Latvian Gambit and also often can transpose. Now, if white knows what they're doing, they'll play knight f3 here. This is a good move, attacking the e-pawn. Now, I can take this, and this line gets insane. This hits f7, so you can see why I'm reviewing this, because it looks crazy. Now I can play queen g5. So this move looks insane. I probably wouldn't find this move on my own, allowing stuff on f7, but it's a counterstrike. I'm saying you can do what you want on f7, and I'm going to take on g2. So the best move here is actually d4. But first of all, what happens if white plays here? I think king e7. I think it has to be king e7 because if I put the king on d8, this bishop can clear out. I don't know where it might go. Maybe it just takes the knight. Yeah, actually, maybe it just takes the knight and this loses. Let's see. I'm thinking about this move with a fork. That seems pretty brutal. So for that reason, I think king d8 loses. Oh, he can take the knight. Oh, I can take here. This is actually good for me. So for that reason, he actually should play knight g4. Wow, really? This is good for black. Okay. But the main move is king e7, so let's just review this real quick. King e7. Now bishop takes g8. I can take the knight or the bishop. Wow, computer wants to do this. For maximum complications. Okay, and then rook f1, obviously. And now I take the bishop. This position is equal with complications. And, well, someday when I know this position better, I would give advantage to black just because I'll know it better. Wow, queen h5. What to do? g6. This is bonkers, all this. Queen takes h7 and probably rook g7. Yeah, I've seen stuff like this before. This position looks insane. Queen h4 check. King e8. Okay. So now that we've looked at a little bit of that, I just want to review the main line since I don't know it. So we'll go quickly through that before we move on. e5, bishop here, f5. If knight f3, I'm going to actually take here. Oh, this is what we went into. Okay. And if they take here, this is a move I see often. Is that the main move? Knight c6 is also. No, I should definitely take. So if knight f3, I take here and we go into this. Ooh, d3 is the other one. If d3, knight f6. Now knight f3. Do I still take? No, I go knight c6 now. Okay, this position's kind of like, I feel like this is like a decline line of this. All right, well, I mean, I reviewed it. If I get it in a game, hopefully I remember. This is intended to be a quick little review, not a thorough study of the opening. So next I want to study a losing move. Why do I do this? Well, because I think it's important to rub your nose in your losing moves. That's what I call it. Kind of like when a dog goes to the bathroom on your carpet. And I keep track of this in my spreadsheet. So like, I'll look at my last losing move. I haven't done this study in a while. Okay, here's one. Do I have another one I could look at? I walked into a fork on purpose to sack an exchange, but was totally wrong. Why did I do that? What's another one? Missed his threats and especially a tempo move, trapping my queen when he played knight b4. Okay, let's look at this. Oh, God, this was a bad one. All right. Now, oops. I actually want to... I guess I could log in with Facebook. Pretty sure. I recently changed to Google Chrome. Oh, I'm not even logged into Facebook on here. Okay. Well, let's grab the link. God, what the hell? Sorry, didn't mean to say that. Can I please see the hyperlink, please? There it is. Edit hyperlink. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, I'm going to go into Safari and do this. I really like this feature on chess.com. So I don't know if you've seen this, but you can save your games on chess.com and it gives you links. That's why I put them all in this spreadsheet. If you guys are interested, I can do a video just on my spreadsheet. I tend to be pretty thorough. All right. So we're going to look at the losing move. I got killed this game. Okay. So where is it? Okay, we'll go through the whole thing. This was a Panov. This is theory. Now this move is a little bit suspicious. Okay, in the Panov, in the Caro-Kann, it's totally normal to put the bishop out. But in the Panov, it's dangerous because this diagonal gets really weak. And if black plays e6, the bishop cannot come back. So, okay. I played it cool, but I was planning queen b3. Oops. Queen b3. There we go. Yeah, I did this first and then queen b3. Now, I thought I might be winning here, and I was wrong. So that's the first thing. That's the first part of the reason I made the losing move. I was certain that I was winning here, or that I was much better because of the pressure I have from this move, which is usually true, but not in this exact position. And he played knight b4. And I underestimated my opponent. I thought, wow, my opponent, he cannot play this. He cannot play this move. He's got too much pressure. And but the truth is, I was so focused on how to kill him on this diagonal, and I kept thinking of ways that I completely missed his threat. His knight came in, and it wants to land on c2 with a fork. I mean, he can even play bishop here, making my queen uncomfortable. So I played this, which this is after a long think as well. So this is a psychological blunder in my opinion, because you know, I'm more than capable of seeing this, okay? I can see this. I've seen it before. But I tricked myself into not seeing this and focusing purely on attacking him. So I played this as a blunder. I mean, first of all, he can check me, but he played this move. This is even more powerful because, I mean, what do? My queen's completely trapped, right? This traps my queen. This is guarded by the bishop, x-rayed. The knight's defended by the bishop. You know, this is occupied. These are all occupied. I can't go here. The knight's got it. I can't do anything. I can't take this. The knight's got it. So this lost me the game in very few moves. And so I'm rubbing my nose in this because I think it's sort of healthy to review mistakes you've made right before you play some chess. It kind of wakes you up, and it keeps you from making the same mistakes. Okay, so that's part 2. Now, let's do a tactics puzzle. This is part 3 of my preparation for playing tonight. Okay, now my goal is not to find a winning tactic quickly. My goal is to warm up my brain to see candidate moves and variations. So what's going on in this position? Well, I see a lot of pressure here. I've got it sufficiently defended, but this pawn is pinned. Okay, when a pawn is pinned, I like to ask two questions. First of all, um, can black attack that again? And, well, I see already the rook is actually X-ray attacking. So any bishop move, so he's probably threatening this even, because if takes, I think he can take here. And that looks scary. Okay, so I'm just aware of that for now. The other thing I like to look at is can black utilize any squares due to the pin? Like, for example, this pawn is pinned. Okay, this pawn defends this and this. So when you visually see this pawn, it looks like it's defending here. Well, guess what? This square is not defended. So if a knight could hop in or a bishop could hop in, I could not take it. And if there's a piece there, it would be undefended. But I don't see any way for black to deal with that. Now, the most natural move I see is bishop e3. That just jumps in my head right away. If the queen moves away, I take. But okay, I think it's always best to look at your checks, your captures, and your tempo moves first. So let's just do that. I like to be sort of logical about these things. So bishop check, I don't think that does anything. I have queen check, that doesn't do anything except lose my queen. Okay. So I don't think there's any other checks. So let's look at captures. Okay, I see this capture, but that doesn't do anything to deal with this issue. I need something forcing. Um, Yeah, I'm thinking tempos on the queen are appealing. Moves like this. But there's something winning here, huh? Okay. All right, well, let's pretend I play this. Do I have any sort of threat? He cannot play this. He has to maintain defense of the bishop. So, all right, so one tactic that comes to mind is, can we continue to like force the queen away until the queen can't defend? The square's gone. This square's possible. And then after takes, the queen would occupy this square. Do I have anything there? I feel like it's going to have something to do with this check, but like later in a line or something like that. Okay, so bishop here, where's the queen going? I guess queen b4 is possible. Have to defend the bishop, right? So queen b4 is possible. Queen d5 is possible. Queen here is possible. I can always chase the queen with rook d1. It's scary though, because that undefends this pawn. And like if queen here, rook d1, I mean the queen can come here. Then I have check, attacking the bishop again. Okay. So I think this is working, so I'm going to calculate a little deeper. So let's say bishop here. Let's start with this move. If queen b4, I definitely have some pawn pushes here. Like if here, queen b6. Looks kind of safe, does it? No, it's not safe. I have queen c4 check. Again, adding an attacker to the bishop. All right, I'm convinced this is right. I'm going to play it. Okay, it is. Now, isn't this just a fork? Attack the bishop again, check. All right, let's make sure black's not threatening anything crazy. But this comes with check. That's pretty forcing. Black is lined up with my bishop. I'm moving my queen off my bishop, so I need to be mindful of that. So let's see. If I go check, the bishop actually can go here. This unveils an attack here. But I take here, and my queen x-ray defends the bishop. All right, so I'm going to play this. Yep, I think this is fine. Let's do it. Yep, okay. When we take, yay. So that was probably the slowest you've ever seen someone solve a tactics puzzle, but I mean, I can go a lot faster if I need to, but I think it's healthy to sort of take your time and look at everything. It kind of gets you warmed up. All right, so we're ready to play a game now. I'm scared. I always say that. I always said that in cornhole too. Like even though I was a champion, like before every game, I'd be like, I'm scared. Yeah, chess.com. I feel like everyone's underrated on here. Okay, let's do this. I'm ready. Let's go. Will I have white or black? Hoping white. Plan on playing 3 games tonight. Looking to increase my 1578 rating. A little too low for my taste. Definitely want to be over 1600 on here. Have been before, and when I changed openings, I tanked. Wow, I'm kind of shocked that I'm not finding a game. Okay, here we go. Looks like a Chinese player. No, Vietnam. They open with d4. Happy to see it. I'm going to play this. Why is my screen all weird? Okay, that's better. All right. Well, if we get a Benko Gambit, I'll be pretty happy. Now I have to admit, I've been liking I've been liking playing on Lichess way better lately. I love chess.com though, so they mentioned they're going to have some kind of new board, and I'm hoping that I like it as much as Lichess. All right, this is a Benko Gambit. I should stay focused. Now he could take. That is normal. Wow, he didn't do that. Okay. Well, my first idea is to play b4. I like these positions. I'm kind of familiar with this pawn structure. And it's a trap too. It looks like he can jump in, but he can't. And I'll explain that. I'm just going to do it. If he jumps in, it looks like I can play a6, but then he has queen a4. But then I have bishop b7 guarding my rook. Because if I took with the a pawn, the queen would take the rook. But once the bishop's guarding it, then I'm renewing my threat of a takes b5. And the knight has no squares. But I'm doing that mostly by memory. I've actually had that happen a few times, especially in blitz games. But I think at least once over the board. Not over the board. Oh no. My connection's unstable, really. I'm getting my phone ready to create a hotspot. If needed, I will create a hotspot. Knight a5 attacks my pawn, so I should defend it. I think d6 is just fine. Yeah, I think d6. Well, I'm out of book already. That's the only downside of this line. But the plus side is that I doubt this line's all that great for white. I mean, this knight is not... This knight belongs here on this square. It's part of why I like this line. And often when I close the position on the queen side like this, I play e6, breaking it open. But I will develop my pieces first. Queen c2. Okay. I think he wants to play e4. Makes a lot of sense. I think I should play g6, and he has to play e4 immediately, otherwise I play bishop f5. And the bishop would actually add a defender there. You could play f3, I guess, but that's kind of a waste of time. E4. It's probably the best move. Bishop g7, I think. The queen is doing two jobs here. I'm really tempted to go bishop d7. Oh, I was thinking if I take the knight, queen takes, it undefends the e-pawn, but this would come a check. So that's actually a bad idea. Also, this bishop usually doesn't go here, so there's probably a reason for that. Let's go bishop g7, normal move. I have to watch out for e5 stuff. As of now, I could just take it, and that's probably just fine. But, okay. Probably going to castle. Yeah, let's castle. If I was white, I'd probably play knight f3. Wow, f4. Aggressive. Aggressive. I'm concerned about my light square bishop. I'm tempted to play here. It feels a little bit desperate though, doesn't it? Just offering to trade. If takes, knight takes. My knight's not defended there. I don't know. It's desperate. I don't think I should do that. Okay, if e5, I have bishop f5. That's better. Tempo on the queen. I also have this. So, with that in mind, I'm tempted to go e6 right away. I'm castled and my opponent is not. I could also prepare with rook e8, just lining up with the king. E6 takes, bishop takes. Does help my development. And e6. I think I like rook e8. It's kind of a normal move. You could play knight f3 though. E6 takes, bishop takes. I feel like rook e8's more flexible. Okay, let's do it. Spending too much time in the opening as usual. Knight f3. All right, I think I got to go e6. Other options are knight a6, knight d7, or maybe a5. Yeah, I think I got to go e6 now. So if e6, e5, I think that would be interesting. What do I do against that? Probably can play knight g4. I can also play bishop f5. Okay, let's do it. This weakens my e pawn. But this I'm playing this because it's a principled move, opening up the position when my king's safe. He could just castle, but then I'll take here, just opening up my rook a little more. Also, it opens up an attack on the e pawn. So like if he takes here, I think I can just take this, right? Wow, he played that. Oh, I don't have bishop f5. Dang it. Okay, almost certainly this is correct. It's my intuition. If takes, knight takes. The knight's threatening to come here, but I have it guarded. If takes, pawn takes. Oh, I don't have knight g4. I don't know about this actually. This can't be wrong. Still think this is probably right. Takes. If pawn takes, attacking the knight. I don't have knight g4, but surely I have something. Knight h5. g4. I'd hate to play knight d7, but all right, I'm going to play this. It just seems... I mean, I might play knight d7. Okay, maybe knight g4 is working. Knight g4 pivoting. Also opens up the bishop, so he could play here. But then at least my knight goes to c6. All right, I'm going to do this. I just think this must be the best way to deal with this. If he lets me, I'll probably take this. He has this tempo move. It's interesting. If queen c7, d6. So, I think I like queen a5 threatening check. Then he would have to block with a queen. And then I would win the knight. Okay. So I guess, well, actually, maybe he would have, like if check, maybe he can play here. No, I win the queen. Okay, so queen a5. There's tactical stuff happening. Oh, he could take here. I think I just calmly take with the bishop if that happens. And if d6, I definitely take here, without a doubt. My knight is being x-rayed by the bishop here. So, and if he moves the knight trying to attack me, like let's say knight g5, I think I just take. Wow. Okay, well this should be good. Opening the position up more when I'm safe and he's not. Also unleashing a discovered attack on the pawn. Does he have anything crazy? He has a tempo move, h3. And that's okay, I can take. This also opens up opportunities for bishop f5. All right, I'm going to take. I don't want to... Just realized he can take here too, huh? That's got to be too greedy, though. Just has to be. I mean, I've got this going on. I don't know. All right, I'm doing this. My pieces are better, so I just think opening up has to be better for black. I don't know how sure I am about that, though. I mean, his pieces are active. I mean, they're out. It's just that his king's in the center still. Maybe this is worth something. And this. And this. Yeah. I like black. I like black. Wow. Okay, I did not expect that move. I'll tell you that right now. Okay, what to do? Bishop f5 comes to mind, and knight takes e5. It's defended twice. It's attacked 3 times. My knight's also sort of hanging. Knight takes e5. What happens? Knight takes e5, knight takes e5. Still leaves this open. If I play this right now, he could just move his queen, or he could... Wait a minute, don't I have this? Isn't that a fork? What's wrong with that? Okay, I'm glad I saw that. I think I'm going to play that. That looks really good. Looking for anything crazy he might have. He has knight takes here. This has to be good. Let's just do it. Didn't even see that, which is insane. Yeah, I didn't see that. Wow, what is wrong with me? It's okay. It's okay, let's deal with it. Maybe queen c7 here. If queen c7, rook takes. Maybe queen a5. No, queen a5, rook takes. Maybe queen e7. Don't have a lot of moves. There's knight bd7. Oh, there's bishop g5. Dang it. If bishop g5, I'll go queen e6, I guess. Okay, so he did that. Wow. Just saying, hey, you messed up. Get your knight out of here. Yeah. And I have 4 minutes. Great. This is defended 3 times. But attacked 4 times. But my queen is in front, so like knight takes, bishop takes, rook takes, queen takes. Oh, I'm probably okay. Wait, am I? Knight takes, bishop takes, bishop takes. Yeah, I can't take back. Mm-hmm. All right, I think I have to go here. Anything else? No. Can't take the pawn. Actually, knight here, pawn takes, queen takes, bishop. If pawn takes bishop, queen takes queen check. I don't think that's working. Who's the bishop? So, okay, let's go here. A little worried about this move. Then my knight won't have that square. Because I'll probably do something like that. Also, my bishop needs that square, so I think g4 is really good. I feel like I'm getting outplayed. But we'll keep fighting. Okay, he took there. Probably knight e4. If knight d3. If takes, bishop takes. I'd love to get this fork in, but the bishop is guarding it. Yeah, I think that's a good move. If knight b6, rook b5, a5, there's rook takes knight. If knight f4, there's g4. Guess I have knight h4. Not very comfortable. There's bishop e7. Given that I need to develop, I think I'm going to do that. Let's make sure white doesn't have anything. Bishop e7. There's bishop g5. Man, this square. There's knight g5 too. Okay, I'm going to do that. He has to move the rook, I would think. Might go here. How am I defending the pawn? If he does that. Well, I guess it is defended. But if I take on e5, well, okay, well, you know what? I mean, this position's hard. Tempted to play something like that. Just line up with the. I mean, this is an alignment issue. He'll probably play King B1 at some point. But then he's lined up with this bishop. Knight G4. He can put a knight on G4, and that's going to be a good piece. I'm going to have to get my knight out and play H6. But there's pressure here. Okay. Not happy with how I played this game, but the game's not over. So we're going to fight until the end. He found some interesting moves, I gotta say. I'm kind of impressed. Okay, what does that do? Great. I think I should take on E5, right? So maybe he's saying knight takes and rook over? I don't know. Maybe he's gonna push this. Knight takes, knight takes. Bishop takes, queen takes. Okay, it's a pawn. So if knight takes knight, I gotta take with the bishop. Not something you want to do in a Benko Gambit. Give away this dark square bishop. But hey, I gotta win a pawn when I can. I think his play on the king side is going to be strong. I'm not sure how I'm going to defend yet. Might even go F5. Although that must be wrong, right? I mean, he can push this pawn, clearance for the bishop. There's a queen. Okay, I have less than 2 minutes. Didn't realize that. Mm-hmm. I have to take maybe this. But I'm actually attacking the knight 3 times. So he has to do something about that. Then I have knight F5. Uh-oh, I missed this. Missed a fork. Yeah, missed a fork. Okay. There comes a check. Attacking the rook and the bishop. He needs to find something forcing. Maybe he can attack here somehow. Okay, he simply defends. Maybe I just bring my knight in the game. He's probably going to move his bishop. He can also sack the exchange if he wants to. It's probably fine. Okay, I have a fork now. If king b1, bishop e4, he still has this move. He has to stop this. So, whoa, don't pre-move that. Do not pre-move that. Disappointed with my time management and my play of this game. So I guess my warm-ups didn't work good enough. All right, well, okay, I have knight d4, I have knight e3, and I have knight g3. All of these are interesting. I mean, knight e3 is the best, but I'm assuming he'll stop it somehow. If he goes rook here, oh, okay, he went queen there. Okay, what does that do? If bishop e4, if queen b3, knight d4, if takes. I guess he wants a pawn. This is also, maybe I should have played that. Dang it. Attacking the rook and the bishop again. I could still play it. Glad my queen's on this diagonal. Okay, I'm thinking knight g3. I'm assuming he'll move the queen. I don't see any checks or anything. I'm actually nicely coordinated, even though I'm down material. So I've got cheapo chances, as my coach would say. Like he would love to play here and put pressure. So maybe here. Right here, pawn there. No, it doesn't work. I take here first. Okay, that stops it. I'm thinking rook e7. Okay, let's do it. Rook e7, now knight g3. Queen a4. Sack the exchange. Okay, I think I'm pretty happy with that. This is a nuisance. He wants to trade. Wants to stop queen e4. Could trade my queen for these pieces, but that seems bad. How about queen g3? Just threatening a check on e1. Rook would have to block, take the bishop. It's a fork too, in general. Okay, fair enough. I think I can play this. No, I can't. Queen h8. Oh, I lost on time. I'm so sorry, guys. I was gonna play king f8, but I noticed last second that that's not good. That's really bad. It might even be mate. Yeah, I think it's mate. So, all right. Well, I lost some time instead of blundering mate. I think I have to go king g8, and he could check me again, I guess. Oh, and that wins the rook. Am I just in huge trouble then? Maybe I have to go here. And then this. I should have played this, actually. This doesn't look that bad. Okay, well, I gotta swallow my pride and look at this game. Let's take a look. What went wrong? Bad time management, especially right here. Wow, I shouldn't be spending 2 minutes on rook e8. Really shouldn't. I should either play e6 or rook e8. Just do it. I don't think it's critical. Spent a while on this move. This move makes sense to spend longer on. I'm okay with a minute there. But some of this time management right here. I spent a minute on here and I didn't even notice that he could take. Yeah, I just feel like I had tunnel vision this game. I gotta be more aware of what's going on. Okay. Let's go through the opening. I want to look at the opening book. Hmm. I was doing pretty good. I just wasn't fast enough this game. I can live with that, though. Although I wasn't very accurate, according to the computer, and I have 4 retries. All right, well. So I'll tell you what I know about this. I think b4 is an interesting move, and as you can see, it scores well for black. It's not common at all, but I think it's quite good. I never saw this move. At least I'm not familiar with it. So do I have something better? Yeah, I thought d6 made sense. Queen c2. So this is a brand new position. g6 has to be good. Computer agrees. e4, I agree. Bishop here. Okay, let's turn off. Let's do a little bit of self-analysis. Bishop e2. Turn the engine off for now. f4. I like f4 for him. See what the computer says. Wow, queen e5 is winning? Really? Okay, let's look at this move. Oh. Threatening check. Now, I don't see why they couldn't play this. Oh, maybe I can take on e4 now. Like, what about this move? And now if queen takes, I take here. It's pretty convincing, isn't it? And if you can't play this move, then I think you're in trouble. So let's look. Oh, it says e5 is a try. This must lose then, right? Yeah, knight takes e4, it says. Okay, and if e5, probably take it. Yep, take, knight g4. Says knight takes d5, but okay, let's turn this off for a second. Knight takes d5. So what's going on here? It opens up the bishop, that's for sure. And if he takes, position's really opening up. Oh, I can probably play this. Check, bishop d2. Then I take the queen. But then he takes my queen. Check, bishop d2. All right, let's follow the engine line. b3 check. Now I thought bishop d2 here. Queen c3 is better. Queen c3 because the bishop's here, but I mean, oh wait, that does hang the knight. So that's not good. What about this move? Oh, interference. Okay, I missed this in my calculation. When we push here, it interferes with the defense of the knight. Wow. That's cool. So I saw this move, queen a5, during the game. Maybe not at this moment, though. But I didn't play it. Okay, let's continue. I thought f4 is actually good. Yeah, and I played rook e8. So I have a habit of not finding the best moves. And I spent a long time deciding whether to go here or here. Turns out e6 is better, but queen a5 is best. This move lets him off a little bit. Knight f3. Now e6 probably, right? Well, queen e5 still is good. I went e6. Okay, second best. I thought e5 is probably the best try. Yep. Take it. And knight g4. Knight fd7 is better. Okay, I was kind of afraid of... Well, I guess this attacks this too. Attack the queen. I thought maybe queen a5 now. Yeah. This is why I didn't play knight here, because now I can't take that way. But computer says, no problem. Take with your rook. Okay, we're learning stuff. I think my opponent played well, though. I like the way he played. Knight here. Yeah, I was worried about d6. Computer likes it. He went here. I took. He castled. So I'm a pawn up here. Wow, why did I go for that fork? Like, it looks pretty obvious to me now that I should play d4. Although the computer doesn't like that. So there must be something wrong with it. Oh, probably knight takes d4, right? Discovery on the knight. No, knight takes c5. Oh. Is this even good? No. Oh, this is defended. I'm an idiot. That is defended. Wow, I didn't see it was defended at that moment. I thought he had discoveries. Now, the other move I was considering here was knight takes. So apparently that is stopped. Yeah, it's stopped because he can probably just take here whenever. I have to stop that move, I'm sure. Knight d7 is computer's choice. Also bishop f5, which I talked about. Should have played it. Knight c6. Wow. I'm surprised we're not trying to stop this move. Guess we can't. What about this? Yeah, this is what I was worried about. This adds an attacker here, so it's a bit of a fork. You can go here. At least that adds a defender. But yeah, okay. Did I find the best square? Computer wants to block. God, I thought queen c7 was bad because I thought he could play here. And then knight c6. Wow. I'm really not accustomed to lining up my pieces like this. I feel like, so something's going wrong, in my opinion. All right, so I went here. This seems a little safer. But now rook f1. All right, so yeah, this whole idea is where I went wrong. Now I should throw in bishop f5, but I went knight g4 immediately. Oh, I was worried about this move, but guess what? The knight defends that. So I like bishop f5, right? If he goes here, I take it. That's winning. So instead, he has to move the queen. I was thinking here. I guess queen d2 is also good. Here. Then knight g4. Difference is I improved my bishop with tempo. And you could argue that his queen is worse here. Interesting. All right. Yeah, I felt like I was much worse here. My intuition was spot on. Took the pawn. Okay. Yeah. So I come back at some point. That's the good news. I think bishop b7 is best. Rook there. I thought rook there was a mistake. I thought this was more challenging. Computer does not agree with me. So if here, what's the idea? Maybe rook b8? No, just bishop c6. I thought he could take this. Oh, he can't. I forgot. I'm defending. Okay. So this move. Now I can take an e5. Computer agrees. So is correct. And now knight f6 check. This is still okay for me. Now, if I had calculated knight f6 check and saw that it was okay for me, then I'd be much happier, but I just didn't see it. So knight f6 check. All right. So, okay, I saw that the rook was going to open up on my f7 square, but I could learn that I also need to pay attention to other squares. Because the knight, I can't take the knight because it's guarded. All right, so yeah, I felt a sense of relief. So my intuition's getting better because I actually thought here my position was, yeah, knight f5. Here my position's getting better. I have threats and all kinds of threats, actually. He should play bishop f3, okay. Yeah, I like, it says bishop takes g2, huh? That's the greedy move. Maybe it's okay. Probably should have took it. Rook e7, very natural. And here he sacked the exchange. So it's not as sound as I thought. Take here. Queen here. Now I moved away. Yeah, and this is just, I just didn't play this fast enough, basically. Yeah, and the computer wants f6. You know what? Yeah. I'm always hesitant to play a move like this, but I mean, I think it works here. So I almost played king f8, which I think hangs mate in 1. Is that true? Yes. And I almost played king g8, which hangs my rook. Correct? So that is why I lost on time, because I correctly assessed those. So I'm not that upset. But on the other hand, I have to find f6 here after queen check. The only other move is queen e5, which that was actually the next thing I was looking at. I wasn't happy about this ending, but then after the game, I'm like, wait, this ending isn't all that bad. I was worried about this, but you know, I have this, and I have equal material. I can fight here. I feel like I'm worse. Computer says, oh, it's a draw, but you know, really I'm worse. I think white has more chances to queen their pawn, but you know, this is holdable. So, okay, this completes our the first game. I'm gonna play a couple more. Not sure if I'll record, but I hope you enjoy this and learn something with me. Thanks. Bye.